Hey guys, welcome back to Harmon Homestead. I'm in the kitchen today. I know I have not done a video in about 2 weeks, so it's time to catch up with y'all. This is a chicken scratch talk time. I've actually got some apples and I was able to get these at a really great price, so I'm just working on these for canning while I talk to you. But anyways, how have y'all been? Doing pretty good? We've been going through the ringer here. We've got 2 dogs, Miss Belle and Miss Tallulah, and 3 weeks ago now, we had a very close call with a timber rattlesnake, timber rattler, as we call them, with Belle, and she's a Beagle Lab mix, and she's my pride and joy, and then Tallulah is my husband's dog, so I love them both dearly. But anyways, Belle, fortunately, was able to be fine after the rattlesnake incident. She didn't get injured in any way. Well, at the beginning of this week, she was fine Monday, Tuesday, her eye started swelling, and her left eye, and she was pawing at it. Maybe it was Monday night. Well, Tuesday morning, the right eye started swelling. Got worse. Benadryl didn't help. I took her to the vet. She has a corneal ulcer on her eye, and we are bedding her down, and hopefully we can repair it and it'll heal on its own. We're hoping she won't go blind from it, but thankfully the right eye is fine, and took her back to the vet today, and he said she was looking better, so we'll see him again Monday. So everybody say a little prayer for Miss Belle. She's my baby. But anyways, we've been tied up with all that stuff, and then the garden is coming in full swing. It is crazy, guys. My corn is tasseling. Some of it is pretty small. I would say anywhere from 2 foot to, gosh, 8 foot tall. I thought that it would all grow about the same height, and it just has not. The majority of it, though, is tall and healthy looking, so really glad for that. It's silking, started silking Monday, so hopefully we will have corn in the next week or so. So 2 weeks. So we've got that. Okra has started coming in, so we're getting ready to start canning it. We canned green beans 2 weeks ago, and guys, that was some work. We had a case of green beans, and I just wanted to experiment with my electric pressure canner behind me. I did a video on that, and I was doing pickled eggs and all sorts of things. Well, anyways, the pressure cooker works, or canner works excellent. I have no complaints, so we're tickled to death about that. But anyways, I've been in the kitchen mostly. If I've not been outside dealing with all this, I've been in the kitchen, so everything's just been wild. And then the dogs, we've had a lot going on. Quail we processed 2 weekends ago, turned out excellent. In fact, I put some more in the incubator, and so we'll have that. We've had, like I said, guys, we have had tons of stuff going on. But anyways, when you grow your food, you need to do something with it. That's the main thing. You can grow all day long, but you have to put it up. Now, last year, I froze everything I had because I did not have an electric pressure canner, and we've been through this whole ordeal. I have the electric glass cooktop, so that is a no-no for canning, they say. I don't know, don't want to gamble it on my cooktop, but anyways. And it's older, so I really am worried that something would happen. But I did get the pressure canner this year, so I've been trying to do that. But either way, you have to do something with the food you grow. You can donate it, you can eat it, you can preserve it. I would, what we're trying to do is preserve everything we have. That way we can have it during the off season. If I want fresh okra in January, I can have it. If I want fresh corn, fresh green beans, I can have it because I'm preserving it. And it's just something about this food, knowing you grew it, that, I'm telling you, it just makes all the difference. And it just inspires you and makes you want to keep going. When you eat your own food that you've grown and you've sweated and had blood, sweat, and tears over it, it's just something about it. And second of all, it is so much cheaper, really. If you get, you know, regular seeds from a feed store and you do nothing but put triple 13 fertilizer on your area to grow, it is cheaper to grow your own vegetables. I can attest to that. It may be different for you, but that's how it is for me. Why would you want to go pay? I saw a while ago, this was a good deal on rattlesnake beans, just green snap beans, what we've been putting up, but I've had bush beans coming in. And guys, I have put up, I don't know how many beans. I've canned, I've froze, I've done everything in the book. I don't know how many bags. And the bush beans, by the way, are supposed to put her out. Well, they have not. They just keep going. But I pick on them every 2 days. I mean, a while ago I just saw $5.99 a pound. A pound. The seed itself didn't cost that much. I mean, it didn't cost anywhere near that to have those beans. I mean, the price of food is ridiculous. And you don't know, you don't know what's been put on it. It's just, to me, it's healthier and better to grow your own food. That's just what, you know where it came from. You know what was put on it. You know how it was taken care of. And that's why you want to grow it. And it's a great hobby. It gives you something to do. It's fun. But seeing the full circle of everything, like these apple cores and scraps, I'm going to give to the chickens. I ate the chickens' eggs. I mean, it's just full circle. It's just like a revolving composting door. And that's what's so awesome. It's like, hey, I don't have to waste this. You don't realize how much you waste until you try to start saving by homesteading. You really don't. I still don't have any clue. That's like the peelings. I would have gave that to the chickens. Well, I saw a recipe for off these apples. Dehydrating apple peels and making apple chips. You know, there's tons of stuff you can do. You've just got to do it. The main thing with this is having time to preserve your food. Once you grow, growing it's not the hardest part, is putting it up for future use. That's the hardest part, especially canning. Freezing really doesn't take that much, but canning, it takes a lot of work. That's the downside with that. But it's worth it in the long run. And you can't blame the farmers because they've got to have, or people selling from farmers markets, they've got to have gas to go get the produce. And I mean, you can't blame them. And everything's went up in price. I mean, it's just the way it is. It's the way of the beast. But anyways, we're putting our stuff up fast and furious and enjoying every bit of it. But that, you really, really need to grow your own food and preserve it, because I'm telling you, once you get into it, you'll be hooked. So there's that. That's why I'm focusing so hard on canning and freezing. Now, second of all, what in the world this growing season? Now, I've seen a lot of people talk about how bad their growing season has been, and thank the Lord, you know, we are not in part of the country that has droughts and extreme heat, because we are in the South. I mean, we are in Alabama, and we have been blessed with the best growing season. Next Friday, 4th of July weekend, the high is supposed to be 80. I cannot recall ever it being 80 degrees. Usually it's pushing 100. So, and every day it's just rained and then it'll sunshine. Rain, sunshine. It's been extremely humid, but it's not been unbearable. Then we had the tropical storm come through, and it seems like that right there just helped everything. Even now that it's warming up, it's just, that's like last year. Now that pitiful corn I had, it was tasseling way after the 4th of July, and I planted it earlier than I did this year. And this year, it's tasseling and silking a week before the 4th of July, almost really 2 weeks. So that is crazy to me. But hey, I am thankful. The only thing we've been bothered with is our squash, our zucchini vine borers. Now, we had that, and I made the mistake of planting it in the same area this year that I did last year, but I think it probably would have happened regardless in our raised bed. Now, in the pasture garden, it's thriving. Who would have thought in that soil? So, we've got more squash than we know what to do with. We're just, I've been shredding it. I've been spiralizing it for pasta. I've been freezing it. I've been doing all sorts of stuff with the squash and zucchini. But in my raised bed, I had to pull up all the zucchini because of the vine board. The squash is still hanging on. The vertical squash, one plant, it's like 5 a day. It's ridiculous. I cannot keep up with it. So that's that. And the tomatoes. My cherry tomatoes, the Everglades, are doing awesome. I've already gotten cherry tomatoes, continuously harvesting those. But the regular tomatoes, like boxcar wheelie, your regular sized tomatoes, those are not doing too hot. I don't know why. It may be that it's not been warm enough. I don't know. Night before last, it was 58 degrees here. That is insane. Insane this time of the year. You know, they say gardening, you learn every year, and it's going to be something different, completely different every year. So, last year I had more tomatoes than I knew what to do with. But this year, I don't think I'm going to be that lucky as far as tomatoes. But, you know, there's good years for everything, I presume. So that's what's going on here. Make sure that you are putting up your food. Don't let it sit on the counter and waste. Don't. I mean, you're just going to have to tough it out, go in there and deal with it. You're going to have to. If you have went through all this effort, there's no sense in that. That's the only problem I've encountered talking to people is no one wants to do anything with their food once they get it harvested. I just don't know why. I just don't get it. It's too much hard work, or it is for us anyways. Food, weather, last thing, animals. We have increased our chickens here greatly. We have, I don't know how many chickens running around. I told you we had more quail. I think we're going to do a couple more runs of chicks, incubate those before the fall. It's just what we want to do. And we've been really pleased with what we've hatched out so far and how they look and how they're growing. So I believe we'll do a few more rounds of chicks. So we've got a lot going on between just chickens, quail, food, and gardens. We've got a lot, guys. But we're hanging in there, and we are trying our best to get everything ready, because guess what? It's fixing to be fall before you know it. Next week is 4th of July. Fall is coming quickly. And we can still grow here normally. I know the almanac said that October this year was supposed to be unseasonably cool and wet. So, I don't know how that will go, but you've got to think about putting everything up. And guess what? These crops are fixing to be done with. Like corn, once it's done, it's done. There's no more coming back, no more corn. What you've planted is done. And you've got stuff like okra that will keep producing, but I mean, once it's done, it's done. So you have to start thinking about not only eating during the summer if you want to prep or save. You need to put stuff up for all year long, and until this time next year when crops are coming in hard and heavy. And until then, I mean, I guess you have to do without or buy canned goods. That's my goal this year. I've bought canned goods, and this year I don't want to buy any canned goods unless I absolutely have to. I know some things I'm going to have to buy, but I don't want to go to a big box store and buy 50 cans of green beans, which this past year, since I froze so many, I didn't have to do that until right around Easter. And then I ended up having to start buying again. But I was really proud with that. And I'm hoping with as much food as I can get put up that I won't have to do that. I have noticed the grocery bill has went down. And that's, here we go, back to a reason why homesteading is so important. You know, if you want to save money, you can do it. It just seems like at first, for me, I had to spend a good bit of money to get it up off the ground going. Once you get all of your supplies, then you're set. And if you can start growing something. So we're doing this hard and heavy, and we're hoping that this will stick. So, but anyways, keep growing, keep harvesting, keep preserving, and keep at it. It's hard, guys. It is hard, especially like right now. It's hard, but you can do it. You can do it. So stay the course. We'll see you next time on Harmon Homestead.